Hey guys, on today's episode, we're gonna take a look at Age of the Republic General Grievous. Like always, these single issues are killing it. I really enjoyed this issue. So, two things I've learned about this issue. The first thing is I've always wondered if General Grievous was such a great Source fighter because of the Force. I've wanted to know if he had some form of connection with the Force. Just because he can't use Force powers doesn't mean he doesn't have a connection with the Force. Like we know, all living humans, all living beings have a connection to the Force. Some more than others, and that's why they can use Force abilities. But then we also have characters like Poe who are great star pilots, and it is due to the Force that they can maneuver such a great thing. So the Force helps out those even those who are not Jedi. So I've always wondered if General Grievous was such a great fighter because of the Force, and in this issue, we actually get the answer for this. The second thing is there were some characters here that resembled characters of the Star Wars PC game, Age of the Republic. Not Age of the Republic, the Old Republic. So there are characters here that resemble them. We do see some history on some. They're more like historical characters. So I wonder if they did this on purpose. We know the Old Republic video game is not canon, but the resemblance within these characters are so huge that to me it gives me a second thought that they might want to go and pursue these types of Old Republic type media in the future. So let's get started. Like always, we're going to start off with location, characters we see, and entities, timeline, just so you guys get to know where we are in here and you guys can follow along with me. So the first thing is, obviously our main character is General Grievous. Throughout the whole series, this is probably the only character we see. We see Jedis and droids, but no one that resembles a strong presence in this issue that would make him a good character. So General Grievous is the only character. Um, let's go with locations. Location, we are in Ladiv. Ladiv is a jungle planet. We do see a Jedi and a Padawan in the first scenes. And General Grievous fights them. We don't get characters' names, so I'm not 100% sure who they are. But they get barely no screen time, so there's no point in introducing them any further. So Ladiv actually has a Jedi temple, and that is the second location that we see. Besides those two locations, there's nothing else. So characters like I mentioned, we do see General Grievous, and we also see General Grievous before his enhancements. We see him with his humanoid form, skin, and bones, and now we can see only thing that's left from him are his organs, his eyes. Next, oh, there is one more character we do see, and that is this Force Spirit type item. We definitely know the Spirit is strong with the Force, and this guy helps me understand General Grievous a bit more, and to help me understand if General Grievous can actually use the Force. So let's get started right now with issue 1. So like I mentioned, we start off in Ladiv. We see a Padawan, a Jedi Knight with his Padawan. The Padawan is trying to escape while the Master is fighting General Grievous. General Grievous, we can see, is a true monster, and this seeing him beat this Jedi Knight so quickly just shows me how strong Obi-Wan Kenobi is for actually being able to go one-on-one with General Grievous. I mean, we've seen it in shows how General Grievous can take on multiple Jedis at a time, and for him to be able to get downed by Kenobi is definitely an impressive reputation gain on Kenobi himself. So here we can see he takes down the Jedi in like less than 20-30 seconds. I don't think there was a huge fight. So the Padawan is escaping, but General Grievous is already there. He says the Jedi is too slow and he hopes he can last longer than his master. Unfortunately, General Grievous takes him down in a flash. So yeah, we can see General Grievous is a true monster. He is a true Jedi hunter. Like I said, it is super impressive that he can do this. This is, I hate, one of my previous thing about General Grievous is his spider walk, but I guess, I mean, he gets to use everything. But just the way he crouches down here like a spider is pretty freaky. He collects his trophies, which are usually Jedi Knights. He usually collects the lightsabers and the if they're a Padawan, he likes to collect their Padawan braid. So here we can see he goes through the body and tries to understand what was the reason for the Jedi's being this far in the galaxy, and they see that General Grievous finds a location. This location ends up being a Jedi temple. General Grievous ends up finding the temple, and he enters the temple. Here we can see there are statues, and here's where it starts to get pretty cool. These are the characters. These statues here remind me of not Age of the Republic, of Star Wars SWTOR game, the Old Republic. So here we can see General Grievous is wondering why they have statues. They know they're supposed to represent glory, but he believes the Jedi have no glory, unlike himself, where he has statues of himself on his base, and that's because he's earned them. These are not ones to earn. So now look at this character right here. If we take a look at this character, and you've played if you played the Old Republic, you would see he looks familiar to Ben Solo himself. So if we can put these guys, side to side. So if we put them side to side, can you guys not see the resemblance in these two characters? And at first I'm like, okay, one character, I might just be going crazy. So Ben Solo, he is the guy we see fight Darth Malgus in their trailer. If you guys haven't seen the trailers for the game, even though the game's already about eight years old, the game is still pretty fun. The next one is this guy right here, where to me he resembles Satio's master. This guy resembles to me Ko, Sen, Darch, and we. So again, it's pretty cool to see them right there. They might not actually be these characters, but they do have a strong resemblance to them. Alright, so then General Grievous continues to use his way through the temple, and here in the temple there's plenty of booby traps, plenty of traps going around, but General Grievous goes through all these traps in no time. We definitely see General Grievous going through everything. We see his skills, his abilities, and again, this made me question, does General Grievous have some form of force helping him that guides him to be such a skilled warrior? He finally makes it to the end of the temple, where he sees a spirit force. So this spirit force, General Grievous can see it at the moment, and he tries to grab it. He can't feel it, or he can't do anything about it. He believes this, obviously curiosity is killing him. He believes it's a sensor error, because now he doesn't see this item. He doesn't feel anything, he doesn't see anything. He believes it's Jedi trickery. Eventually, he tries so hard that he even gets thrown into the waterfall itself, and it seems to be that he enters this Force world. We've seen Force worlds pretty dramatically during meditations. We saw it in the Qui-Gon Jinn issue, where Qui-Gon entered this Force realm when he was meditating, and here you see General Grievous floating through space. The Force asks General Grievous, have you come seeking knowledge, power, or truth? General Grievous responds that he doesn't need anything from the Jedi. He has it all. The only thing he needs is the destruction of the Jedi. The Force responds with destruction, yes. You are steeped in it. Impossible. You have brought destruction upon yourself. So then we see General Grievous as his humanoid form. And General Grievous says that he has improved himself and he's far stronger than he was with mere flesh. So again, this is the part, I'm going slow in this part because this is the part where we get to see General Grievous and his Force connection, if he has one, or if he ever had one. He found the power that makes even the Jedis tremble. The Force responds with, you seek to destroy a power you don't comprehend. You have carved away your own connection to it. So the power, he's trying to destroy the Force. and the Force is telling him that he has carved away his connection to it. So now we say that General Grievous at one point did have connection to the Force, but now he is too far gone away. He replaced it with parts whose strength he believes he understands, but he understands nothing of strength. This guy is just showing General Grievous how weak he really is, and how if he would have stayed with the flesh and would have become stronger with the Force, he could have become even a fiercer warrior. He says, "It is small and you are small." And here we can see General Grievous, all he is left as a human is his brain, his eyes, and his organs. And that is all he will ever be, small. So General Grievous, being the sometimes emotional character he is, he likes to show his strength. And he goes and tries to destroy the Force. The Force Spirit. I don't understand. I don't believe General Grievous believes that this is the Force, or a Force Spirit, and he thinks he can take it down. He can take it down. Unfortunately, he doesn't do anything with his lightsabers, so he ends up targeting the. He ends up bombarding the temple with this huge dreadnought. So here he tells the clankers that they need to destroy. They have a little dialogue here. Nothing important. They fire, and we can see. Look at this huge amount of firepower for their small temple. Here we can see General Grievous. He just stays throughout the day until the fire comes down, and he wants to see if the Force really survived. He ends up walking away because after night he realizes that the Force is no longer. He says, "For all your talk of power, you burn just as easily." So we can see right now that General Grievous cannot see the spirit ghost. But in the end scene, we see General Grievous walking away, and the Force Spirit is shining strong right here. So what did that tell us? Well, the Force itself was telling us during the beginning that during that Force connection with General Grievous, that General Grievous at one point had connection to the Force. He really did. But now, as he's carved away his human flesh, the parts that made him human, he threw away that connection with the Force. And for that reason, he was unable to see that the Force continued to survive in the location, even though the Jedi Temple was there. So again, this was a great issue. I loved reading this issue because we do get that backstory of General Grievous and the Force. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure to subscribe. There's 3 more issues that I have to do, and I'm already prepping for them. We have Anakin, and the Anakin issue was pretty great. We have Jango Fett, another one of my favorites. Jango Fett, Anakin, and I haven't read the special edition. The special edition is going to be the last one of this Age of the Republic series, and then we're going to move on to finish Dark Visions. We have issue 4 that just came out. I haven't read it, but I have issues 1, 2, 3 already in the earlier episodes, so make sure to check them out. Let me know, guys, what you guys thought about this issue. Post on the comments, and have a good day, guys. Take care.